Alright, this is John Cola with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and we are at the 2014 Natural Products Expo. So this is the largest trade show of its kind in the United States for the health food industry. So health food store owners come here to scope out and find new products so that they can sell them to you. Now what this episode is about is, this is specifically an episode for people new into raw foods that are still, into the whole raw food products. I recommend the raw foods that should consist of mostly fruits and vegetables, and not all the raw food products. In this episode, what I'm going to share with you guys is some healthy alternatives to, packaged and processed food products. So instead of eating, GMO corn chips, it'd be healthier to eat kale chips, right? I always want to encourage you guys to just do a little bit better and move your diet in the right direction and eating more fresh fruits and vegetables whenever possible. And I think, in a pinch, some of these packaged raw food products could be excellent. So what we're going to do next is actually go inside and share with you guys some of the best raw food products at this expo. So as you guys can see, we're walking in the trade show, and this place is huge, man. There's so much traffic. It's like the busiest trade show that I've ever been to. I've been coming to these guys for years, and I've literally walked several football fields, like up and down every single aisle to find you guys the best products. So I guess let's next go into some of those products and share with you guys some of the best products I found here at the 2014 Natural Products Expo West. Tangerine juice is what's for breakfast. As you guys can see here, I'm at the Tribes booth using the Citrus Star citrus juicer, my favorite low-cost citrus juicer to crank in the citrus juice. Amongst all these treats I've been having, I got my stable diet, and I want to encourage you guys to have a stable diet, and your stable diet should consist of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Today I'm making tangerine juice, and this is actually just the Evolution bottle. These are actually considered raw, but they are pasteurized with pressure, so HPP process. And I was at their booth, actually I drank some of this, and then they gave me the empty bottle so I can fill it up with real fresh and raw juice here at the Tribes booth. So one of the big things that's been really blowing up here at the expo is the kale chips and all the kale chips. There's always new different brands of kale chips. So now we're here at the Tender Grown Foods booth, and besides just the standard kale chips that you guys are used to, and they got multiple different kinds of kale chips. They're coming out with 20 different SKUs or 20 different flavors. And one of the things they focus on here is making the kale chips taste good, because some of them out on the market aren't that good. But besides just the kale chips, one of the coolest things is they are diversifying, and they're using something that would normally basically be plowed under in the field, and it's like things like this: Brussels sprout chips, cauliflower chips, and even the broccoli chips. And now these aren't made out of cauliflower, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. What these are the leaves after they harvest the broccoli. After you harvest the broccoli flower, the broccoli plant has a whole bunch of leaves that basically usually get plowed under. They're now harvesting the leaves, which allows you to access the nutrients in these leaves, and normally most people do not eat these things. They dehydrate them into kale chips with some awesome flavors. Another thing that sets Tender Grown Foods apart is that actually they are the growers of the kale, of the Brussels sprouts, of the broccoli. They're actually growing the food, their farm, that then process it into these. Most other companies, buy the kale from somebody else. So this way you're getting the highest quality, freshest picked greens, and then of course it wouldn't be anything if they didn't taste good, and these are delicious. So now we're at the booth of Real and Wonderful. They got a whole different assortment of superfood clusters, which are mostly all raw. And one of the cool things is that they're doing, it's Real and Wonderful. It spells R-A-W. And while many people would pick this up and say, oh yeah, that's raw, this is actually like, I don't know, 95% raw. On the back, they actually are listing all the ingredients, and on the back it says, actually there's a little asterisk that says not raw, so technically they're using maple syrup, and maple syrup, as a purist raw foodist as I am, is not technically raw, but I would totally agree that something like the maple syrup and this product here is far better than a Snickers bar, far better than many other things people can be eating. And now, while I wouldn't eat this myself personally, for most people, this is definitely something that'd be great and convenient to have, you know, in your car instead of stopping at McDonald's and eating McDonald's, right? I want to encourage everybody to eat a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, and these would be great as a snack food. And once again, these are sold as snack foods, not as like, you know, the main staple of your diet. You don't want to just pig out on these superfood snacks all day. One of the products that I do like that they have here a lot actually are these guys. They got some awesome crackers, and they got some tomato basil crackers and some red pepper herb crackers. And one of the things at these trade shows I really got to watch out because there's so many different samples, so I try to only select certain things. And I can definitely tell you that these red pepper herb crackers, nice crunch. And what they remind me about, because I don't eat those little, what, Cheeto, Cheez-It things anymore, these remind me of eating the Cheez-Its, but they're raw. I can imagine putting a nice little sauce on the top, putting some fresh vegetables, and having a little hors d'oeuvres. So check it out, now we're at probably my favorite booth at this whole expo. It's actually called the Homegrown Organic Farms. And what they got today are these guys, right? This is a real food. This is blueberries, right? We want to eat fresh foods whenever possible. Unfortunately, in this modern day and age, it's not always possible. And there's plenty of packaged and prepared foods at this event. And I always want to encourage you guys to eat the highest quality and closest to freshest and minimally processed as you can. And at Homegrown Foods, they're allowing you to do just that with this very product right here. This is actually freeze-dried organic blueberries. And this little bag here, you might be thinking, oh yeah, it's like 1.2 ounces. That's like a snack, right? Well, this snack packs in literally a ½ pound of fresh blueberries, and it's everything in the ½ pound of organic fresh blueberries except one thing. What's that? The water. That's the way they could preserve them down. And what we're gonna do today is just literally open this pack up. This is the best and easiest and most healthy snack food in this whole place. Check it out. These guys are whole blueberries. No processing here, no preservatives, no added sugars. Tastes like those Fruity Pebbles cereal, but it's 100% natural, 100% good. And this is truly the best snack food that I recommend you get. Homegrown, organic, freeze-dried blueberries. They're so good. So aside from all the food products, you know, my favorite way to eat raw foods is not any kind of packaged product. It's to eat fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. And next, what we're gonna show you guys is actually my favorite vertical slow juicer that's now on the market. It's actually called the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer. And I like the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer specifically for one reason. And let me go ahead and demonstrate that for you guys. I'll go ahead and turn this guy on. And unlike other slow juicers, and I like these slow running juicers because they produce the highest amount of nutrition in the juice without all the oxidation of the high speed machines, you can literally take whole apples, drop it right in the machine, and shove them right in, and they get juiced right up. So now, very simply and easily, with minimal produce preparation, you could be juicing produce up. Then you could just go ahead and close this little funnel guy and grab a cup of fresh juice. Fresh juices far better than any packaged or bottled product that I'm seeing here at the Expo today. So to learn more about the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer, you want to be sure to check out discountjuicers.com. They currently have the silver model available, and by the time you see this, the white model will also be available. In about another 2 months, the red model will be available. These are all the same except for the color. And the cool things about the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer is that they all come with what's called a blank plate, which allows you to make frozen banana sorbets and things like nut butters, which are so delicious. All right, so next, another booth with Kale Chips, and this is called actually Veggie Evolution. And I like this a lot because what they're focusing on here is the kale and not all the sauce. Well, these actually, we'll find out how they taste in a minute. So why I like these guys is one serving equals 1.5 cups of kale, and there's more than one serving in this bag here. And check out the nutrition on here. 140% of RDA vitamin A, 140% of RDA vitamin C, and 5 grams of protein. Yes, kale has protein. Where do cows get their protein? From grass. The greens, it's the greens we really want to eat. And I'm glad that Veggie Evolution, they focus on getting the kale into there with, you know, less seasonings and nuts and sauces as some of the other brands that you may be eating entirely sauce and very little kale. Now, besides just the kale chips they have here, they also have something else. They have beet chips and carrot chips that are actually in this bag, simply dehydrated at low temperature, so I like that a lot. Another thing you should be aware of is that they have a lemon parmesan flavor, which is not vegan. It actually has real parmesan cheese. So you want to always read your ingredient labels if you are on a special diet, vegan or whatnot, to ensure you're getting, you know, the foods you want to eat. Cool things is they have little sample to-go packets, but the cooler thing is they have some of these sample kale chips, and I want you guys to look at that. Look at these kale chips. You're seeing mostly the kale without all the sauces that are on many of the other brands. It's mostly sauce without a lot of kale. And you know, I want to encourage everybody to eat their greens, and this is an easy and convenient way that'll allow you to do just that. You know, the average per capita consumption of kale in the US is actually less than one of these bags per year. But you know, you can pick up one of these bags easily a day, make your own kale chips a day, have a kale salad at night, and get some of these dark leafy greens in you. Because now, I guess we got to sample it, tell you how it tastes. This is naked kale chips. Definitely tastes good. All right, so now we're going to show you guys another product in a package. It's actually called Nude, and that's because it's nude food. I want you guys to go nude and eat nude, which is basically eating, you know, our basic plant-based diet. And I like these guys here because check it out. These are a packaged raw food product in a package. But the cool thing is, instead of using like nuts as the main ingredient, they actually don't have any nuts in here at all. This is actually a nut-free. They do have coconuts, but the first ingredient here is one of my favorite fruits. It's bananas, so they dehydrate more bananas than anything else in this food, and they have different flavors. So it's like bananas with coconut. This is actually the green one, which has some spirulina. They have ones here with some cacao, and they have ones here with the goji, or the super fruits. And the reason why I like these guys is because there are little chips here, and unlike any other chip that I've tasted here at the event, it's really light, airy, and fluffy. A texture that you don't commonly get in, you know, a packaged raw product like this. That's because they're using the bananas. The bananas basically fluff out when they're dehydrated, unlike any other chip. And you're eating mostly fruits in this one, and it's definitely good. So the nude food here is actually, they're out of Canada A, and if you want to learn more about them, you can check them out at nudfud.com. All right, so another product I like here a lot at the trade show are naturally fermented foods and raw fermented foods. Just because something's fermented in a package doesn't mean it's going to be raw. You need to make sure it's in the refrigerated section, and you need to make sure it says raw, because some, you know, sauerkrauts and fermented products are actually pasteurized, even if they are in the refrigerated section. One of the ones that definitely is not is this right here. This is actually called Pickled Planet, and what Pickled Planet makes is many different kinds. I think they got over a dozen different kinds of fermented vegetables, from sauerkrauts to kimchis to different, you know, fermented beets, all different kinds of flavors. And one of the things that's really unique that I haven't really seen before, these guys, check it out. These guys are pickled beans. So this allows you to get, you know, more beans in your diet. They're so good. It tastes like a dill pickle, but they're beans. Now, fermented foods will provide you with some of the beneficial probiotics that help you digest your foods, but also comprise part of your immune system. So I definitely recommend them a lot. These are minimally processed products. Literally, they're taking organic produce, they're processing it, they're fermenting it, and then they're putting it in a jar, selling it to you, so you can have a minimally processed product that's going to be the most health building without any added fat. All right, so check it out here. My favorite one that they have here is actually called the Taqueria mix. If you've ever been into a taqueria, they have like a little mixture of like different things you can put on your tacos, but normally they're all out of cans. This is fresh here, and check it out. They got Pickled Jicama. We're gonna go ahead and try. Wow. Brings our flavor of Mexico back, plus the pickledness, plus the fiery of the jalapeno. Definitely the spiciest one they've had. Oh, it's so good. If you want to learn more about Pickled Planet, some of the products they offer, you want to check out the website, pickledplanet.com. All right, so besides all the food products, there are some other products here that allow you to make raw and living foods at your home. So we're here at Cultures for Health, 100% natural starter cultures, which are the bacteria that are going to ferment your food. So whether you're still baking and making sourdough bread, they have the cultures to do that. Or whether you want to make your own, dairy-based yogurts, they have the cultures to do that. But they also have vegan-based cultures that have no, animal byproducts in them, if that's what you want to do. So we're going to show you guys some of those. So over here, amongst all the different cheese and milk yogurt cultures, we actually have this one right here. This is actually the vegan yogurt starter. So the vegan yogurt starter is perfect culture you're going to need to culture your almond milk, or coconut milk, or the coconut jelly into that coconut yogurt that you're looking for to get that nice fermentation going and increase the amount of beneficial probiotics or beneficial bacteria that actually help you digest your food better. They also break down some of the proteins in the milk to make them more digestible, in my opinion, as well. Now, besides the vegan yogurt starter, they have another starter that I'm really interested in, and it's right here. It's actually called the water kefir grains. So what this culture allows you to do, for example, you could take fresh juice that you filter down really well, you put the water kefir grains in there, and you'll be able to make your soda. So you make apple juice, and then you put some water kefir grains in there, you let it ferment, and then you bottle it up in a bottle with a top on it in the fridge for a few days. It's gonna get nice and carbonated. It's gonna taste like that apple cider that we all used to love as a kid. If you let it go longer, it's actually gonna turn into an alcohol beverage, so you're gonna wanna stop the culture process after just a few days. This is what is being popular nowadays to make, natural sodas by using the water kefir without even adding carbonation, because that's what the bacteria put in to the liquid for you. So if you want to learn more about these cultures or the other cultures at Cultures for Health, you want to check out the website culturesforhealth.com. All right, so now we're at another cool booth. It's actually called Coc Superfoods, and this is truly the next generation in packaged health food products. And let me show you guys why. What we're looking at here are literally whole foods. So they got like sliced avocados here. And these are whole foods, but they're missing one component. One component that's very essential to make them shelf stable so that you can actually put them in a package. And check it out, this is just a little slice. And what you're looking at here is, this is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. This is freeze-dried ripe avocado. So they take the avocado, they put it through the freeze-dry process. Basically, it's a drying process, but you can't just dry like in your dehydrated avocado. It'll turn black, but you can freeze-dry it. You freeze it, then you suck all the moisture out. You get freeze-dried avocado. Tastes just like a ripe avocado, but with no water. But when it goes into your mouth, mixed with the saliva, hydrates back, tastes like that familiar ripe avocado taste we know and love, but in an easy and convenient form. I mean, you guys know that the astronauts, right? They had freeze-dried foods. Well, this is the next generation, a new wave in foods. Literally just taking whole foods, raw foods, freeze-drying them, and be able to eat them and have them, in a pinch, like when you're traveling or even for fun, because they also, they concentrate the flavors when you dry the foods like this. A really cool thing they're doing besides just the standard avocado, they actually make guacamole with a freeze-dry mix. So what we're looking at here on the bottom is some guacamole they made, but on the top here, what we're looking at is literally the freeze-dried avocado with some tomatoes, some cilantro, some onions, and all we need to do, that I'll do in front of you right now, is add the water in, and you're gonna have instant guacamole. So imagine being able to have guacamole. If you don't have any ripe avocado available, just take out the freeze-dried packet, open it up, put it in a bowl, add some water, with no other chemicals, no other additives added, instantly. So check it out, we got just a little bit of water here, we're gonna pour that in. And we're gonna go ahead and just mix this up. So check it out. Here's that fresh guacamole, just like you smash your own avocados. So besides just the freeze drying of the avocados that they're doing, that nobody else is doing that I've ever seen, they're also doing other freeze dried products with one of my favorite foods, the coconut. I've seen freeze dried coconut many years ago and it was quite delicious, but I've just tasted the stuff here, and it's even better, because what they're doing is they're taking my favorite kind of coconuts, which are the white coconuts, the white round coconuts. So they're like the middle-aged coconuts. They'll take out the meat and the water and put that in the freeze-dried process, take it out, and then powder it up. So what we're looking at here is literally the coconut meat with the coconut water, freeze-dried. Here we just have the coconut meat alone. Here they're actually freeze-drying Adolfo mango with the coconut and then powdering up. So now you can instantly make smoothies, make other kind of recipes. They actually have their own superfood products that's already pre-mixed with some of the freeze-dried products they produce. They even have things like the strawberry coconut, and that'd probably be good to snack on its own. They got a vanilla coconut, a banana coconut. And this is totally the future of foods, you know, in packages. I mean, I always encourage you guys to eat fresh, but next best after fresh is the freeze-dried stuff. So yes, so COC Superfoods, they got it down, and I hope they go far. So to learn more about some of the freeze-dried foods, the avocado powder, and all the other freeze-dried products, you can visit avocadopowder.com. So you guys might be seeing me eat all these sample foods, but you know, these sample foods are just making a small amount of actually what I'm eating while I'm here at the Expo. I like to party and have some fun sometimes, but the bulk of my calories are coming from these guys right here. What I'm doing today is actually I'm juicing organic apples in the Kuvings whole slow juicer, and this is literally, you know, I get my calories from fruit is where I get my calories, right? The other thing that's very important to me is I don't have the time to sit here and eat 20 apples, because I've literally juiced 20 apples today. I don't have the time to eat all those apples, so I'm really concentrating the apple essence, right? The liquid, the nutrition in there into the juice, and I'll be able to drink that fast and easy. The other benefit too is that it's water rich, and unfortunately, all the other samples here that I'm eating, they have the water removed, right? That's why it's a packaged food, right? So I want to encourage you guys to eat water-rich foods, including fresh juices, blended smoothies, and of course, fresh fruits and vegetables. All right, so now we're at the Go Raw booth, and this is what epitomizes raw foods to me right here, right? Check it out. At Go Raw, they guarantee their products are still alive, and they're demonstrating this. This is actually one of their bars, and as you guys can see, they soaked it and sprouted it, and look, it's actually growing sprouts out of it. So I want to encourage you guys to eat foods that you could recognize, right? You can look at this, you can like, oh, those are nuts and seeds ground up in there, or just the seeds, right? You want to be able to see kale chips and know, oh, these are kale chips, I can see the kale. We want to strive to eat things without ingredient labels or things that don't need ingredient labels because we know what they are. Now, one of the cool products they have that I'm going to show you guys at the Go Raw booth today is something really cool that I know you guys have never tried. So check it out, man. Right here, tell me if you guys know what that is. Nope, these are not beans. These are something even cooler than that. These are some new seeds that they're now introducing that I've never seen anywhere else before. Check it out. If you guys love watermelon, you're gonna love these. Sprouted watermelon seeds, man. So they take the watermelon seeds, they husk them, soak them and sprout them and dehydrate them, and then how you could eat them for an excellent source of protein. And besides that, they taste so delicious. So I'm gonna hopefully soon start making, you know, watermelon seed salad dressings. So we're gonna go ahead and try these guys for you on the camera. Now, watermelons related to pumpkins in the same turbid family, but these taste nothing like pumpkin seeds. These taste like 5 times better. They taste like between sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, but a little bit more light and airy and even more delicious. So now we're at another booth that's actually called Product of Nature, and of all the different booths at this trade show, this is my favorite #1 superfood. Check it out. What we're looking at here are microgreens. So these are living baby plants. These are the superfoods you want to be eating, not things out of packages, bottles, and jars. Wow. And with the Product of Nature products, you can grow these in your kitchen. So actually, let's check out and show you guys how you can grow your own microgreens in your house. So now we're gonna share with you guys how you can grow your own food, right? Better than any packaged food, stuff you grew in your own house. And I know many of you guys, right, might live in an apartment, condo, and maybe it's even snowing out where you live still. You can grow these guys inside year-round. They make it really quick and easy to do. Check it out, they got the Microgreens Kit here. And these are some of the nicest design kits that I've seen to grow food indoors. I mean, they look like dinner plates to me, like high-end dinner plates. And you're gonna literally grow the most nutrient-dense foods in your kitchen, and you could continue to grow them. You know, buying a little pack of seeds like this will pay you back time after time, because just a small pack of seeds will turn into flats and flats of the microgreens to eat. So let me go ahead and give you guys a tour of what the microgreens look like when they're growing. So here, this is the very kit you can buy, and you could produce these in your own kitchen. And I like that they have a nice little tray here. They provide you full instructions on how to do it, so you will be successful the first time. Because I know you might be thinking, John, I got brown thumbs, man. Well, no, with these kits, you're guaranteed success. I mean, they've designed these so that they'll work. They give you the best quality seeds. They're gonna germinate each and every time, so that you'll be eating some of these sprouts out of your very own garden. Your micro garden. So yeah, this is the sunflower greens here. Right here, this is broccoli sprouts. I don't know if you've priced broccoli sprouts in the store, but they sell you a little ounce for like several bucks at your, whole paycheck store. Why not grow your own microgreens in the house? Look at this. One whole flat of microgreens. This would be great to add to green smoothies, cut up on top of salads, supplement your diet with some real live foods. I mean, it doesn't get any more live than this. Next, we got the purple kohlrabi. Now, besides just green, right, these have purple pigments in there. Isn't that beautiful? Those nice purple colors. Every different color of the rainbow are colors you want to be eating, because every different color has different phytonutrients, phytochemicals, vitamins and minerals that are really good for you. I mean, many of you guys might be eating your greens, but how about eating your purples here by eating some kohlrabi sprouts? And you can just cut these down, once again, juice them up, throw them into a green smoothie, which would be my preference, or just add them on top of your salad for some super fresh foods. I want to explain how this kit works. Basically what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and buy this Microgreens Kit here, and this kit includes the growing tray, the bioglass cover, and the germination pad. This is literally all you need. Then you get to select from any of the number of different seeds. So you're gonna buy one of these and one of these, and right here I think we have some mustard green seeds, and you could grow your own mustard microgreens. You could also grow the kohlrabi you just saw, sunflower, even little baby arugulas. So once you're done using the microgreens kit, you're gonna have to rebuy the pads, because the pads are actually plant-based fiber. Many microgreens kits on the market in this day and age are using plastic, and I know some of you guys don't want, plastic to touch your food. So why have it touch your baby roots of the plants? They're using a fiber called kanaf, which is actually grown in America. So if you're new into growing microgreens, this is the one that I'd recommend for you. This is actually the radish cherry bell. The radishes literally grow themselves. They're the easiest microgreen to grow. The main thing with microgreens is that you want to keep the moisture level proper. You don't want to give them too much water and flood them out, just like you can't, breathe underwater, neither can the seeds. And you don't want to give them too little water. We need enough water, but we don't need too much water, and it's the same with the microgreens. Wow. I'm just smelling these guys, and they smell amazing. Next, we got the deep purple mustard greens. Mustard greens can be hot and spicy, so if you like that honey mustard, flavor, you grow some mustard sprouts, maybe mix it with some honey, blend it up into a nice dressing, have some honey mustard dressing, but also get more greens in you. The final one we're gonna share with you guys, really cool. This is actually Basil Microgreens. So if you like pesto, it's better to make pesto out of the microgreens than the whole leaves. The microgreens, and I didn't mention this before, is that the baby sprouts of the microgreens have more nutrition in them than the large plants. So you could eat a lot less microgreens to get your full of your daily greens. So to learn more about the microgreens kits or any of the different seeds they have here today, you want to visit the website productofnature.com. All right, so now we're at one of the raw food mega booths, actually Living Intentions. They've actually been around for the last 10 years. Totally amazing, having some of the best raw food products that you could buy. And I'm going to share with you guys why I like the Living Intention products more than any other ones here. So here at Living Intentions, they have the Gone Nuts products, and they have so many different flavors of Gone Nuts. This actually makes eating raw foods fun, because like you could now eat curry nuts, and you could eat chipotle nuts, or Cajun nuts. And I think, you know, flavored nuts, in my opinion, a lot more healthier than eating some kind of popped chips and all this kind of stuff, because you're eating real nuts. And there's one thing that actually sets Living Intentions apart from other raw food companies. Let's actually head over to the bulk bins to show you. So the cool thing about Living Intentions is that not only do they just give you guys nuts in there, they're actually activating the nuts. So, you know, many of you guys heard that you're supposed to soak and sprout your nuts before eating to minimize the enzyme inhibitors. And that's what they do for you. So it makes it really easy and convenient to eat healthier nuts than just standard nuts out of the bulk bins. And at many Whole Foods now, actually, they're having the Living Intentions raw and sprouted nuts in bulk. So then you can even get them for a lower price. One of my favorite ones is right here. Actually, it's called the Sprouted Brazil nuts. And check it out. Here at the trade show, you can just go into the bulk bins and eat all you want. Now, I encourage you guys to eat Brazil nuts every day because they are rich in selenium, and selenium is one of the minerals that may not be, you know, present in many of the foods you're eating. And just one Brazil nut a day, you'll get the selenium you need. So now we got another booth to share with you guys. It's actually the booth at Himalaya. And one of the cool things is that these products are available near you at Whole Foods, because some of these raw food products may be difficult to find. What we're looking at here is freeze-dried Nature's all organic, fair trade certified fruits. So once again, I love my fresh fruits and vegetables. This is literally the new concept. Freeze-dried fruits, making them available to people when you can't get the foods fresh. Of course, freshness is always best, this is what I like to say. And here we go, they got sampling stations of all these different amazing freeze-dried fruits. Here we're looking at freeze-dried mangoes. Imagine making a dressing out of like fresh mangoes, freeze-dried mangoes, which will intensify the flavor of your dressings. Man, it's gonna be so delicious. Then they got, once again, the freeze-dried blueberries. They got freeze-dried strawberries. They have freeze-dried apples, and also the freeze-dried pineapples. If you guys don't like pineapples, you're definitely gonna like them freeze-dried. They're nice and crunchy, and that's one of the things I like about freeze-dried fruits or vegetables. They're nice and crunchy. Now, be aware that the freeze-dried fruits are not heated before processing, but the freeze-dried vegetables, they're blanched before they get freeze-dried. All right, so we're now at the end of the expo, and you always wonder, like, John, how do you get so strong if you don't work out? Because I don't go to gyms, and I don't advocate actually going to gyms. I advocate getting real-world exercise. So I like to garden and carry heavy juicers for about 20 pounds each, you know, down the street to my car, and also carrying bags of goodies. So we got lots of bags of samples of stuff. Many of the samples I got of things that you actually saw in this video. Now, once again, in the end of this video, I want to remind you guys that the best raw foods to eat are always fruits and vegetables. If you can't eat fresh fruits and vegetables raw in their whole state, then blend them up or juice them, which is second best. And then, of course, I like some of the packaged products. The products I like the most were the freeze-dried or dried products that are whole foods that are minimally processed. I'm really against any kind of food processing, you know, when they start fractionating it and, you know, making it all oil or making it all sugar. I want you guys to eat whole foods, as whole and as fresh as you possibly can. Hopefully you guys learned a few things in this video. I need to unload, unpack, and unwind after this nice long expo, and maybe even enjoy a few of the samples I've gotten. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. All right, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and yet once again, I'm going out to dinner, and I like to go out to dinner on special occasions. Sometimes